In this video, I'll be teaching you guys some basic greetings, words and phrases, along with how to pronounce and remember some more of our complicated words. I'll also throw in a few bonus words along with some swear words, which you'll most likely not need while in Iceland, because here everyone is very nice and polite. But if you do get into a disagreement while in Iceland, it's always good to know a few swear words. Icelandic is said to be one of the most complicated languages to learn. Not today. We'll make it super simple, and I guarantee by the end of this video, you'll know some Icelandic. Before we get started, my name is Dan from Wake Up Reykjavik. We host the Reykjavik Food Walk, which is a food tour here in the downtown area. It's the perfect first day activity in Iceland. You'll meet a fun local guide. You walk all throughout the downtown Reykjavik area. You'll visit some of the best restaurants, you'll eat amazing Icelandic food and have a lot of fun. It's something I recommend anyone visiting Iceland to do, and if you'd like to check it out, it's possible to view our availability and get tickets on our website at wakeupreykjavik.com. Also there, you'll find a brilliant selection of other tours, activities and things to do. So if you guys want to do a small group South Coast tour, or Golden Circle, or Northern Lights, or Hot Springs, or Glacier activity, you'll find it all there. We've basically selected the best tour for each particular activity and listed it on our website. So for the tours that have the best reviews, flexible cancellation policy, and just the best experience, you'll find it at wakeupreykjavik.com. Now let's get started with some basic Icelandic words. Now luckily, like we've talked about before, Icelandic is said to be one of the most complicated languages, but the most basic words are very similar to English. For example, hi is hi, bye is bye, okay is okay. Simple enough. Hi, bye and okay all works in Icelandic. If you guys would like to say thank you, then there are a few ways to say it. Takk is basically thank you. Takk. If you want to be super polite, you can say it twice. Takk, takk. And the third way to say thank you would be takk fyrir, which if you translate directly, it just means thank you for. What it means is, if someone hands you something, you're basically saying thank you for handing me that thing, or thank you for whatever you just did for me. Takk fyrir. But like I said, takk is probably the easiest way to remember it. Takk or takk takk. Takk fyrir if you want to get fancy. Always when I do these videos, I usually have a beer hidden outside of the frame, which is the perfect opportunity to teach you guys how to say cheers. And cheers in Icelandic would basically be skál. So someone tries to cheers you, skál. Simple enough. And you can remember it like in English, you guys have the word scowl, just like frown or something like that. Pretty much the same. Skál is cheers. Skál. Another very basic phrase here in Icelandic is góðan daginn. It's a type of greeting. Góðan daginn, it basically just means good day. Now góðan daginn is something that I think you would hear and you would probably forget it right away. But a good way to remember it is that it sounds very similar to go on dying. Go on dying, góðan daginn. You can almost just say go on dying and no one will notice. So góðan daginn or góðan daginn means good day. It's a friendly greeting. I also like to add the words já and the word nei. Já, nei, yes, no. Já, nei. You want a little trick to remember yes or já, that you can remind yourself of the Chinese basketball player that played for the Houstons, Yao Ming. Yao, it's the same word. Yao, nei. You can combine these with takk, which we talked about before. If someone offers you something, you say já takk, yes please, or nei takk, no thank you. Simple. The last little phrase that's very common to use in greetings is hvað segirðu. Hvað segirðu? If you would translate it directly, it means what say you? How are you or how are you doing? Hvað segirðu? If someone asks you that, you could simply say gott en þú. Good. What about yourself? I don't have any little trick for that one on how to remember it, but like I said, it's a little little tricky, but hvað segirðu? I'll spell it out how it's spelled, and I'll also spell it out how it sounds. Hvað segirðu? Gott and þú. Alright. I was hosting a food tour last summer when COVID ended. And I remember I had this guy that came on and he said to me, I want to learn some Icelandic, but I only want to learn swear words. So please teach me some Icelandic swear words. And he was asking me all these things, like how do you say F off in Icelandic? And I said, we don't really have a word for that or a phrase for that. And how would you say this? And I didn't really have any good phrases for him. And then I said, yes, I have one for you, which is actually commonly used, and the perfect Icelandic swear word or swear phrase. And the phrase would be hoppaðu upp í raskatið á þér. It basically means, hey, why don't you go and jump up your own asshole? In my opinion, it's a funny thing to say to someone. I'll spell it out here as well. Like I said, you probably won't use it, but if you get the chance, if you're coming to Iceland and if you're able to use this while in Iceland, like I said, everyone here is super friendly, so even if you would say it to pretty much anyone, they would probably just laugh. But it's a good swear word. It's my favorite swear phrase in Icelandic. Icelandic letters that look very confusing and that you'll see quite a bit while in Iceland would be thot, and I. They look like this. And here are a few basic tips and tricks when it comes to these letters. Basically, thot and they're pretty much the same letter. They make the same exact sound, the TH sound. So like Thor would be used with this one here. Also, very common, something that I see quite a bit, is that here in Iceland we have something called the Golden Circle. It's a sightseeing driving route. You drive through, you see some amazing sights on the Golden Circle. You see Gullfoss, Geysir, and then you'll also visit Þingvellir. And almost every tourist that has asked me about this location sees the word and they think that the letter pronounces the P sound. So very often tourists will call Þingvellir Pingvellir. But you, having watched this video, you know better. And when you come to Iceland, you'll be going to Þingvellir. The other letter, I, is, because it looks kind of funny and people see it and they have no idea what kind of sound it produces. It's I, and that's the sound that it makes. So when we say hi or bye, it has an I. And a good trick, if you ever see this letter and you can't remember the sound that it makes, you just look at it and you say, I have no clue how to pronounce that. And then you remember, oh yes, I have no clue. Hi. No, I. The last little fun word to add to your newly found Icelandic vocabulary is meistari. If you translate it directly to English, it means master, but the way we say it is like champion. It's a very friendly thing to say, and you can add it to pretty much everything. You could say, hi meistari, someone gives you something, takk meistari, bye meistari, and you could even say, hoppaðu upp í raskatið á þér, meistari. So meistari would be a fun little word, and if you use it on an Icelandic local, they will guarantee to smile or laugh. Last word that we'll learn today is a name word that got famous from Iceland in 2010. The volcano that erupted. It had a super long, hard to read, hard to pronounce name, Eyjafjallajökull. And when our volcano erupted, it shut down most of the air traffic in Europe. Everyone was super mad at Iceland, and newscasters from all over the world were talking about this volcano. Icelanders thought it was the funniest thing, watching the foreign newscasters trying to pronounce the name, Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjafjallajökull. It's Eyjafjallajökull.
Eyjavollur.
Now a neat little trick, if you want to pronounce this and if you really want to impress someone and pronounce Eyjafjallajökull, both to pronounce it but also to remember it, is to say A, I forgot the yogurt really fast. A, I forgot the yogurt. A, I fjalla jökull. Pretty similar. A, I forgot the yogurt. A, I fjalla jökull. Pretty much the same. So A, I forgot the yogurt. A, I fjalla jökull. It's something. Kind of funny as well. We had a volcano that erupted in 2020, our second big volcano. And I remember when that one erupted, I thought to myself, okay, we had one in 2010. No one could pronounce it. No one could remember the name. Surely we'll give it a nice, simple, easy to remember, easy to hear name. And they ended up calling it Geldingardalsgos í Fagradalsfjalli. I don't have any tricks how to remember or how to pronounce that one, unfortunately. So that's pretty much it. We've gone over basic greetings, words and phrases, how to say the volcano, meistari, hoppað upp í raskatið á þér, meistari. And it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions or requests for new videos, leave it in the comments. I'll reply to every single one. And I'll see you guys soon here in Iceland.